You guys can't miss this one. I hate when you guys miss something from a psychological standpoint. I feel like everybody in MMA only picks up on the punches and the kicks. And I feel that that's lazy because there's so much going on here. So much more to this. Jorge Masvidal called out Conor McGregor. Okay, great, get in line, so did everybody else. But not so fast. That's an interesting match. Now, you do have a bit of a purgatory with Conor right now because we don't have any pieces of the puzzle to piece together. We all want Conor back. Conor's next fight's going to be a huge fight. It just is. Conor taking on a mop could sell out Madison Square Garden if they told the story correctly. Yes, that's a Vince McMahon quote, but it's also true. There's something very special with Conor. But you want to squeeze that orange as tight as you can because you don't know how many times he's going to make that walk. It's been a number of years since he has, aside from the Khabib fight, right? Because he had the boxing with Floyd, then you got to go way back. Was it 2017 that he took on Eddie? I mean, time has gone fast, and you do start to realize we kind of got to enjoy these moments when we can. Okay, great. But we don't even know when the hell Conor's coming back. If we had that piece of the puzzle, we would be in such a stronger position to start then guessing and aligning his opponents. We just don't have that. But let's just play along in the very short term vision that we have. So now Jorge Masvidal has thrown himself into the ring. Okay, great. But that is completely different than anybody else that has come after Conor. Because now you have a heel, a straight up bad guy in George, versus a heel with handcuffs and a court appearance to prove it in Conor. You got two bad guys. A cool heel, nothing will generate more cash than that. Nothing from a business standpoint. You got a bad guy versus a bad guy? This is extremely rare. And not for nothing, I don't think Conor can out bad guy Jorge Masvidal. No matter what happens, and no matter where they both sit right now, by the time that fight goes off, fans are going to choose. They're going to cheer for somebody and they're going to boo for somebody. They're going to cheer for the good guy and they're going to boo the bad guy. But when you put two bad guys out there who are both going to try to one-up each other, they're both going to continue to try to be the biggest heel, you're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm not sure that at this point in Conor's career, he couldn't use that kind of elevation. I'm not sure it's not time for him to make a little bit of a face turn. And he looks like he's a little bit interested in that. You go follow Conor McGregor's Twitter account, just alone social media, and I'll use Twitter because I'm a Twitter guy myself. From 18 months ago versus the last 6 months, it's a different guy. It looks like possibly he's trying to make a little bit of a face turn. Well, who better to put him against than a bad guy? Enjoy. It's a very interesting storyline from that standpoint. Now, that is not the point here. The point is George called him out. George's name is red damn hot right now. I mean, boy, is it red hot. TMZ confronted Dana White and asked him straight up, Masvidal versus Conor McGregor, yes or no? Dana White said, no, we're not going to do that fight. George is too big for him. Everybody was just happy to accept that. Okay, we've got our answer. Take George off. I guess we got to look back at Tony now. Hey, is there anything to that Cowboy Cerrone fight we heard about? Hey, what's Al Iaquinta up to? Guys, please don't miss this. The biggest fight promoter in the history of promotion just went to TMZ, one of the biggest outlets aside from ESPN itself, to cover this sport on a mainstream level. He picked his words very carefully. And if any of you missed this, come on. No, we're not going to do that fight, is all anybody took away. They missed the second sentence of why. Because George is too big. Do you think that's going to sit well with an ego like Conor McGregor? Do you think Conor McGregor does not know that Dana White just told the world that he personally believes that George could beat Conor and even offered up an excuse? Do you think that that story was out for more than 5 minutes before it got to Conor and he grabbed his phone and contacted Dana to say, hey, you think he's too big for me? I can guarantee you that message from Conor to Dana has already happened. You think he's too big? You think I can't beat Masvidal? That fight did not get ended on TMZ. The beginning of that fight happened through TMZ. Masvidal's already at the table. The only one we're missing is C-Mac. That fight, while I'm not predicting for you, is a reality because Masvidal is on the cusp of a world title fight and McGregor saying he's not going to come back till the very end of 2019, if not 2020. I am not sharing for you that fight is what's up next. I am going to share for you that through the statement of the denial and the dismissal of the fight by the president, that fight has never been closer.